Let's get ready to reptile! What's happening, man? So today, Tuck, what was that? We're going to clean the Crested Gecko cage because I got some crickets for them. Tucker's my helper in here. He loves helping out with lizards and snakes. Everything but muffin he can help out with. So we're going to clean the Crested Gecko cage because I got some crickets for them. But the cage needs to be cleaned and it takes them like 3 or 4 days to eat all the crickets. So clean that cage up before we put crickets in there. Talk about them a little bit. We're not going to handle any snakes because I want to feed everybody tomorrow. And with the carpet and the boa, what I named the carpet python Nipsey and the boa is Slinky. They're still new here. I don't want to handle them the day before I feed them because then they might not eat. And if you remember last week, the boa did not eat. Ate the first week I got it, which was super cool. But last week he did not eat for me. So really fingers crossed he eats tomorrow. Talk to somebody. They feed their baby boas every 2 weeks, so I'm not stressing. And the carpet python, he should eat no problem. He ate like 2 days after I got him. Slammed down some food. So let's clean this Crested Gecko cage out. Take them out, talk about them. Also, I'll put in here a little slow-mo jumping video I took yesterday of, which one was it? Tart. Their names are Pop and Tart. Pop's got a little more color. Tart, a little on the dull side. Kind of boring. Them out. Oh, and I know you guys didn't ask, but Squirrel, my beta fish, I think the poor little guy's got swim bladder. He's been spending a lot of time down at the bottom, and I don't know. I was doing some research. If they have swim bladder, you don't feed them for 3 days, right? And then you take a skinless pea and put it in there and let them eat on the pea. I guess the fiber helps them go to the bathroom, flush everything out. And swim bladder can be from a couple things. It can be from a parasite. It can be from overfeeding. It can be from them gulping air when they eat. And it can also be from stress. So I've narrowed it down to gulping air because with this cage having a filter, I put the food in there. It goes gliding across the top. He goes chasing it and, jumps up at the surface. He might be taking some air in. Or it could be stress because I just put him in that tank and his other tank didn't have a filter. So just a little change of environment. Him coming into the reptile room, which stays about 80 degrees. Might have something to do with it. But today is day 2. He has not eaten. I'll do tomorrow. And then I'll put a skinless pea in there and hope for the best. But alright, everyone, send out some happy thoughts for Squirrel. I had a beta fish before Squirrel. His name was Mr. Fishman. Mr. Fishman, as I like to call him. I had him for like a week, and he got dropsy, and he died. And it was horrible. It was so heartbreaking. You'd have thought I lost a dog, man. I was so bummed out the whole night. Then in the morning, I woke up and remembered what happened, and instantly put me in a bad mood. So happy thoughts for my boy Squirrel, and hopefully he pulls through, or I'm going to be freaking really depressed. And I already hate the winter. The winter bums me out. Just makes me not want to do anything. But, I don't know, I come in here, handle these guys, mess around in the reptile room, and makes everything better. I'm telling you, if you're down, get yourself a pet. It's cool. It's cool taking care of something. Let's get these Crested Geckos out and get this done. So my freaking light. So I got this little stand that holds the phone while I record stuff, and the light broke. So shocker, light would suck. Alright, so this is Pop. And right now, man, I wish the lighting was better. Here, I'll take this heat lamp. Yeah, too much light. He's pretty dull right now. So they do this thing called firing up and firing down. When they're fired down, they're sleeping. It's like a camouflage thing. So when they got their guard down, stuff's not sneaking up and eating them. When they fire up, I mean, Google it, man. Fired up and fired down crested geckos. Some of them, it's unreal. Like, they'll be fired down, they'll be like complete gray, and then they're fired up and they're like white and red. It's wild. These guys are pretty low end morphs, so there's nothing crazy. See, watch, we'll jump. See that? Basically all you do when you hold them, put one hand out, wait for him to jump. Here he goes. Go on, bud, you can do it. Boom. I got 2 of them in here, and I took a picture of Tart's underside, private parts, and sent it, put it on this Facebook Crested Gecko page, because I know how to tell the difference between male and female, but these guys are still young, and I just wanted to know if anybody had an idea which direction it was going. A couple people said female, which is really cool, because males you can't keep together, females you can, and a male and female you can. But you keep male and female together, you're going to have babies, which I wouldn't be mad about having some little, I mean, look how cute they are. I'd jump on the phone, crazy guy. But, look at that face. You want some babies of them? They're perfect. But I don't want them to both be male. Tuck, what are you barking at? If they're both male, I'll have to separate them. Males will get territorial in their fight. So, what I do with these guys when I clean them, I got this, just one of them black tubs from Home Depot. Put them in there. Go on, bud. I know. We'll get Tart out. Tart's actually a little bigger. Go on. But more of just the same color, just brown all the way down. Still, cutest little face. These guys are pretty neat, actually. Their camouflage is so legit. They were thought to be extinct for a while. And then 1994, I believe, they were rediscovered. And then, of course, like humans, like we do, we snatched a bunch of them out of the wild and we flooded the pet trade with them. So, really common in the pet trade, relatively cheap, and really easy to take care of. So, this room, like I said, stays about 80. These guys do best in like 75 to 78. But what's cool about this room, so I got the thing, space heater keeping it 80 degrees, right? But the floor, what's that reading? 71. And then 73. So basically, the ceiling is 80 degrees. Down here isn't. So their cage right now, 75. Which is perfect because I got it on this lower shelf. I got the other stuff on the higher shelves that needs a little more heat. Pac-Man frog in the middle. Heat rises. Remember that when you're stacking cages and all. Comes in handy. I don't know what that dog's making noise about. He's always making noise all the time. But, come here, Pop. Crazy lizard. See ya. See, so Pop's got the gray sides and the red down his back. Tart's pretty much a brown color all the way across. And their tails, they can drop their tails if they're scared. I've read people just waking up in the morning, their gecko doesn't live with another gecko, lives by itself, and their tail is gone. Try to keep my hand down so you can see these guys. See these geckos, not me. I'm boring. But the thing about their tail is, that ain't better. Trying to get this light, man. Story of my life. Their tails don't grow back. See, I mean, you can see the difference. It's freaking light. I'm just spinning around. Alright. Cut. I'm trying to move and get the light. So see the difference here? See how dull he is? And how darker brown Tart is? Because Pop's fired down. When Pop is fired up, he's actually Pretty impressive. But yeah, but once they drop their tails, they don't grow back. They call them frog butts once their tails are dropped. He's just crawling up, living his life. Oh, you're just lying down. Alright, let me get these guys in a bucket, get them cleaned up, set the cage back up, feed them some crickets, and then I'm gonna do some of the leopard geckos. We can do whatever we want, man. This is our room. Endless possibilities. Not a whole lot of room for activities, but a whole lot of room for possibilities. And that's what's important. Crested geckos. Oh, do your research. Also, what they eat is, they eat some crickets, and then they eat rapashi. I don't know how to pronounce it. R-E-P-A-S-H-Y. It's a powder. You mix it in a little bowl, 2 parts water to 1 part powder. Stir it up. It's like fruit and stuff. Like the one I got's mango. The other one's grubs and fruit. It's actually pretty cheap to feed these guys. Look how cool they are. Just awesome little. Look at that face. Jump. You wanna jump on the phone before I cut the video? You gonna do it? There it goes. Alright. See y'all in a minute. Alright, so took everything to the shower, rinsed it off. I don't know if you're supposed to do that. I knock off as much of the Eco Earth as I can before I take it to the shower and rinse it off. My thought process is, if I was covered in dirt and I took a shower, it would go down the drain. So I don't see why a little bit of this going down the drain is a big deal. I could be wrong. I could be destroying the shower. But I'm hardly an adult. I don't really know how the world works. But so what I'm doing with this razor blade, right? You miss the cage a couple times a day. The water buildup is on the glass. It just looks bad. It just looks dirty. I don't know. I'm trying to see if y'all can see it. See all that buildup? But you take the razor blade. See? Now it's a little cleaner right there. Take the razor blade, scrape all that down. Take my dustpan, scoop out all this dirt. It's not dirt, it's what am I using? I think it's Eco Earth. Zoom Ed Eco Earth. It's pretty good, it holds humidity well. So scraping the cage kind of takes a while. And I'll see y'all when I'm done. All the boring stuff. Alright, so to wipe the cage out, I'm using 2 things. This is water vinegar mix. Kind of helps with that water buildup. I scraped it and everything. In case I miss any spots, the vinegar helps wipe that away. Then the chlorhexidine, which is disinfectant. Alright, so the cage is all set up again. Move the plants around a little different. You know, kind of like an enrichment deal. You know, you move the stuff around. It's different. It's not a different environment, but it's just different places to explore, basically. Another thing I want to talk about, I got these guys from Petco, which, like, whatever. I don't suggest buying stuff from PetSmart and Petco because, I don't know, you gotta, what are you, being crazy now? Being crazy because it's dark in there, so now he's all awake. Go on in there, mental. Go on. What about you? You gonna be crazy too? Why are you so much smaller? I know I need you to eat. He's a lot smaller, man. Pop is definitely smaller than Tart. It's funny because when I got him, Pop was the one eating. Like, I always called him eating. I don't know. Like I was saying, it's like a bittersweet feeling buying from like PetSmart and Petco. Because, go on, bud. Like, I'll do it because I almost feel like almost saving an animal's life. Because people go to those places that don't really know what they're doing, gonna lose interest really fast. Then you don't know what's gonna happen with the animal. But, same token, you doing that, you're keeping PetSmart and Petco in business and keeping them selling animals to inexperienced people who, most of them, I'm guarantee you, wind up on Craigslist. So, that's what I got them for. And if you go to like a PetSmart, Petco, you are paying a little more money than if you go off like morphmarket.com or something, King Snake, whatever it is you do. But like I said, it's just, I don't know, makes me feel like I'm doing a good deed. It's like, I know these guys got a good home. And, yeah. But then, like, health can be a thing. You're buying from somewhere like that. You know, you gotta kind of know what you're looking for. Like, I got these guys. Their eyes were nice and bright. They looked alert. They didn't at all look sick. Make sure no crickets left on this thing. That's how they get you. You know, crickets running everywhere. I'll get them running around the house. I'll say to Erica, you know, why are you letting crickets run around the house? They're not for me. I know that. I wouldn't do nothing like that. But alright, so these guys are set up. Like I said, man, pretty cool. But throw some crickets in there. I got a couple more things to do. And honestly, I'm about to go to sleep. 9:30, 10 o'clock. I'm in bed like an old man. But it's awesome. Super rad. Thanks for hanging out with me. Remember, if you're down in the dumps, like winter does to me, just do something you love. At least once a day, do something you love. Make a world of difference, man. Peace out, y'all.